Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Horror 421, the podcast, with your hosts, special effects makeup artist supreme, Elena Morales, and your friendly small-town horror author, Charles Campbell. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the frights in this week's episode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Horror 421, the podcast. I am your host, small-town horror author, Charles Campbell. And as always, I have my beautiful co-host with me.
Hello, everyone.
Elena Morales. She's a special effects makeup designer. And today, we are so excited to have a wonderful musician I've become a fan over the last few months. He goes by King Strang, and we'll call him Michael on the show, but he's an amazing talent. And Michael, we're so glad to have you here today.
Good to be here.
Well, let's get it going, man. I want to know how you got into the music business. I want to know everything. I want to know everything about you as musically, because I am such a fan of string instruments, and I know Elena is too. So the way I discovered you is it just came across my YouTube feed. This band called the Bridge City Sinners, and here's one of your CDs right here.
Oh, there you go.
Popped up on my feed. And I clicked it, and it was Song of the Siren. I was like, oh, shit, this is amazing. And I love everybody in that band. And so from there, I started kind of digging into Flail Records and seeing what that was about, and specifically you, Michael. So give us a little bit about, tell us a little bit about your background and kind of how you got into the music industry.
Well, I started off like 5 years old. My mom forced me to take piano lessons as soon as I hit fifth grade, I think. We were allowed to join bands, so then my mom's like, "You can play whatever instrument you want." So of course, I chose drums. So I'm like, all that effort and time I put into learning music is now thrown out the window. But then my sister got a guitar at one point, and so I stole it from her. Learned how to play that. My uncle got me a guitar at like 12 or something, an acoustic guitar. And so I was mostly playing like Green Day and shit for the longest time. And then, I don't know, sometime in college, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Wagon Wheel and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Started getting into that stuff. And then, more old-timey banjo-y stuff, all kinds of stuff. And then I guess music business-wise, we were really just like, I was playing on the sidewalk and shit. And like, I met a dude in Salt Lake, Shane Keel. He like convinced me to start a more formal jazz band out there. And then we were playing together for quite a while. And then I had moved to Salt Lake and quit the Sinners. I decided to go back and rejoin the Sinners after their St. James Infirmary video popped off because, trying to get famous. And then I was just I would like saved up some money. I was just living in a van. And my buddy's like, "You're just going to busk?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You don't have anything to sell, like an album or anything?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Well, I'll record you if you want." And I'm like, "Sure." And then that's how the first King Strang album was recorded, was just like my buddy convinced me to do it in his living room.
Well, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I ordered one of the live CDs, but I guess Flail Records, you get the company there. I hear it's out of a basement, which is super cool. I love that aspect of it. But must have been out of that CD, so they sent me a refund for that one, and so I got Sad Boy Stomp. It's on the way. So I've listened to all the songs. And I know you publicly say you're on Bandcamp and you can listen for free, but I want you to pay this man. Pay this man to listen to his music because he's got some good stuff. I hustle books all the time, so I know how hard it is, man. We gotta pay this man because his music is top notch. It's really, really good. I'm gonna be quiet because I'm fanboying over you a little bit because I really do enjoy your music. So I'm gonna let.
Oh no! You know what I hate is people telling me they like me.
It's like, oh my God, stop.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Stop. Elena, I'm going to shut up. You can talk to him for a second.
Who are your main music influences when you're creating? Sorry.
Lately I've been listening to a lot of Wilmuth Houdini, like old Calypso stuff, and Veek Dude, like this black metal band. I don't even know where they're from. Somewhere in Europe. Those are like the two. That's what I'm listening to mostly right now. But I guess, we clearly come from like an old timey vibe. So like Cab Calloway and Harlem Ham Tats and Memphis Jug Band, the classics,
Yeah, we listen to a lot of metal at the house too. So everybody's like, "You seem like such a nice person." I was like, "I'm very angry on the inside. Leave me alone." It's fine." But yeah. As far as with busking and stuff when you're doing your music, do you have any memories that kind of stick out for you, or what's your favorite aspect of it, like getting to meet people and just kind of doing music that way?
Well, shit, 2 nights ago, me and my buddy Douglas were out and somebody dropped us a hundy. It
Hell
was sick.
yeah.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, favorite memories of busking? Usually it's just like horror stories.
Well, we're a horror podcast, so it works.
Yeah. There's one time some homeless lady spit on Libby's face. That was pretty epic.
Ugh,
Oh,
that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it was gross.
that,
What
that's
else? I don't know. I think the best part is just like getting to interact with people because normally if you're on a stage, like that's it. But if you're busking, they just
Yeah.
walk up and start talking to you. So then, like, if you're really bored and lonely, then you have people to hang out with.
Never alone,
Yeah, I love busking. It's like, and also if you're like trying to practice, we do that with the Sinners all the time too. Is we're like, we should have band practice, and then we're like, or we could have band practice and make money
Yeah,
because the
exactly.
stakes are so low. But there's also like an audience, so you have to be. You're like putting on a performance, but then also it's like super minimum risk.
oh
I always
yeah.
told people like busking is almost the highest level of performance you will probably ever see because people put so much passion into that, and it's always fucking different every time you go somewhere. I'm like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen. So I love all of that type of music and stuff.
Yeah, I live down in New Orleans right now, so it's kind of just like
Mhm.
a part of life.
Yeah. So do you have you started touring on your own yet, or just kind
I
of?
used I used to, but now I got a wife and a house and stuff, so I don't have as
Fuck
much time
yeah.
now. But
Yeah.
I used to for the longest time there, me, Clyde, and Luke, or like me and Luke, or Clyde and Luke, we would basically the tour van was my van. So when the Sinners wanted to go on tour in say Florida, then me and Luke and Clyde would drive out there for a month, touring out there. Scott and Libby would fly in for 2 weeks and then think they
Mhm.
were on a tour and then fly back. And then me, Luke, and Clyde would be like another 6 weeks to get all the way back to Portland. Like, we're doing the
Nice.
hard work out here. You guys are just coming in for a little 2 week vacation. So, but since the pandemic hit and since I moved up here, I haven't really had time to do a solo tour yet. Because the Sinners also have like bumped up their tour schedule too. Now it's like,
Yeah.
6 months out of the year. So there's another 6
So
months that
pissed
I'd
I
like to
miss you
spend at
guys when
home.
you came to Atlanta. I was so mad. I was like, motherfuck.
Well, I
You're
didn't
so
know that.
mad.
I didn't know they existed then. If they had, I would have fucking made it a priority to be there. I mean, like I
You
said,
just
I discovered them on the
completely
YouTube.
missed it. And I was like, how the hell did we miss
That
it?
was recent too. That was what,
Yeah,
November?
I know. I was like,
October.
how the hell did we miss the show? But yeah.
And you're talking about the Sinners going on a tour. I saw the update on Instagram or whatever, one of the social media platforms. They're going to Europe. Are you going to be part of that?
Yeah, we're flying out of here. I leave here on like the July 3rd, I think. So we're gonna have a couple days in Berlin, and then it's like a month and a half, I think, like almost 6 weeks in Europe, and then Psycho Fest and Punk and Drublick. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty epic one.
Who's going to play
Nice,
along
nice.
with you guys on tour?
I think we're just doing local acts. We don't have anybody who's going to be on tour with us. A couple people I've like realized or like followed me on Instagram, and so I'd like check them out. But as far as who specifically, I can't remember. I don't know. I looked up a few of them though. I'll know
Yeah.
closer to like the day of. You like look up who we playing with today.
Fly by the seat of your pants, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's fun because like lately we've been doing like a bunch of, especially with COVID and stuff, we've been doing like the entire tour package tours together. So it's like all three bands are on tour at the same time, playing all the same shows, which is very fun because you get to have all your homies and like we'd have like 30 people or like 23 people on tour together. So everywhere you go, you instantly have a party. Like you're overwhelmed all the
Right.
time, and like you get to make really close connections with people, but you don't really get to like meet new bands and new places kind of thing, make new
Right,
friends.
right. Well, I was. It's really a joke that I'm about to make, but Elena, I like in my research of Bridge City and Michael, I came across other videos, and there's a lot of videos out there by, and you can tell us what this is, punk with a camera. But I was like, I messaged Michael. I was like, "How many bands are you in? I mean, are you in like 100 bands?" He's like, "I've been in like 5 simultaneously, but or at different points." But tell me kind of what drew you to string instruments. I'm interested in that because my dad is a musician. I am not a musician. My brother, he thinks he's a musician, but my dad, he can play anything that has strings. So banjo, just all the stuff that you play, he can play. I'm not going to say the next sentence because I don't want to make him mad, but he's good. He's good at the string instruments. So I've been around string instruments all my life: the banjo, the ukulele, anything. He's got even this shovel thing that has strings on it that he plays.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But what drew you to string instruments? They're my favorite instrument to listen to, actually, because of the versatility in them.
Well, like I said, when I was younger, I was playing drums, and then since I'd show my mom something on a drum set, and she would be like, "Huh, cool." But then when I played a song on guitar, she was like, "Wow, that's crazy." So that's kind of probably why I stuck to guitar. And it's just easier to do by yourself, like busking is easier to do by yourself. Like you can't really sing and play trumpet at the same time. So a lot of it also comes from not having any friends. And then Clyde was trying to come down to New Orleans for the winter when we were on tour, and he was just opening up for us as a solo act before he had joined the Sinners. And then Luke was like, "Dude, I want to go spend a winter down in New Orleans. Can I join your band as a violin player?" And Clyde's like, "Oh, sure." And of course, Clyde plays guitar better than me and banjo better than me. So I'm like, well, I'm no help there. But I'm like, if I buy an upright bass and learn how to play it, can I join your band and come with you? And he's like, sure, I guess. So I bought one in Portland, had strings put on it in Salt Lake, practiced in Salt Lake for an hour with Luke. And then we got to Grand Junction where Clyde was living at the time, practiced for 3 days, and then started a 3-month tour.
Oh, that is amazing. That's pretty cool. I love those kinds of stories.
It's all kind of just convenience,
Yeah. You guys are doing some great things. I'm trying to think of my next question.
Well, you wait. I have to let my dog out.
Okay. I'm looking at my notes here. You need to play some music in the background.
I'm back. Yeah. Now that me and my wife are both working, it's you got to coordinate who gets home at what time to let the dog out.
Oh yeah.
That's the only bad part about having dogs.
That's another thing we can bring up. Congratulations on your recent nuptials.
Oh yes, thank you.
So, your life will change forever now. I've been married for 34 years. So.
Oh, nice! Congrats.
I wish you many, many, many years of wonderful wedded bliss.
When did you move to New Orleans?
Just a little over 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I would have loved to see you in New Orleans when we went, but it was during the hurricane and we got kicked out early, and it was a whole thing. So.
Oh yeah, we were on tour, and then we had to cancel it, so I came back home and literally just sat through a hurricane by myself. It was very fun. It was not fun.
Did you have no power, right? The whole time?
Yeah, that was the worst part. It was 5 days of not having power, so I was like, fuck this. I went to Muddy Roots.
Well, we had gotten there, I paid all this money to go on vacation, and I was like, fuck. We got there, and I was like, I already know. We had to have to leave early. And Dustin was like, no, we'll ride it out. I'm like, I ain't riding shit out. We'll stay here.
Yeah.
My family lives here. No, fam, we're leaving. I'm
going
home. So the day before it hit, I was like, nope, let's go. Time to go.
Yeah, the night the night before, the traffic out of town was so bad. It was backed up. It took my wife I think she left on Friday or Saturday, but it took her 15 hours to drive to Austin, which would normally be 8 hours.
Oh,
it took us, I think, 3 hours just to get out of the main part of Louisiana. And then I was like, damn. So we waited till we were about the halfway point, but that 7-hour drive took us 12 to get home. Yeah. So, and that was the first time I'd been back to New Orleans since I was 10 when we went with my stepdad to go visit his family. So I was like,
and you're this close? Come on.
Yeah. But yeah, next time we're there, I'm going to be like, I'm finding you. We're going to go listen to you.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go out and busk right after this.
Hell yeah.
I got to find out who's going, though. I don't know what instrument to bring.
Do you just go on Bourbon Street, or do you go different
It's
areas?
Royal during the day and Frenchman at night.
Okay.
Sometimes people plan Decatur too, but that's for weekends and festivals. I feel like Bourbon Street's too loud. There's too many bars that bumping loud music, so then you can't hear anybody's playing.
Yeah.
Everybody drowns everyone out, right?
Uh-huh.
I want to jump back to Bridge City Centers just for a minute. Kind of like from your perspective, I know you joined the band, but I kind of want to know what that concept was and how they started. What can you tell us about that? How did Bridge City come together as a band? And it seems, from what I'm hearing, is maybe some of the members are fluid; they come and they go. But I like the concept, so I like to know how that started, how it originated, and how you guys came together as a group.
Well, there's a couple perspectives, right? So I'll tell my perspective.
Okay.
This is the right one. But so when I had moved to Portland, I had like an ad on Craigslist looking for a roommate or looking for a room to move into, and this girl Amanda hit me up and was like, "Hey, we're both been looking for rooms on Craigslist, and neither of us have been having any luck. Maybe we could team up, and get a house together and start a new lease instead of like jumping into someone else's house." And so that's how I met Amanda. And one of the houses she was couch surfing on, the dude whose room she was in for a little bit came back and he played clarinet. And that's the guy on the first album playing clarinet on the EP.
Mhm.
And so it was me, Amanda, and Ryan, the clarinet player. We were doing like open mics and stuff and busking, just the three of us. And then Amanda put out an ad on Craigslist, like looking for people who do like similar kind of music, but are also like the same age as us because we were like, mid-20s or early 20s at that point. And no, mid-20s. And then Libby answered the ad on Craigslist. And so we started playing with her a little bit. And then she was friends with Scott. And so she's like, "Scott, come back and do music with us. I know you have an upright bass." And Scott's like, "I don't really want to get back into music anymore. I tried that life already. I'm done. I'm what do you call it? He's like a welfare worker guy, human services stuff." And and so yeah, then we just started doing open mics and busking and stuff, and like one thing led to another. I fell in love and moved with this girl to Salt Lake, and then that didn't work out very well. So I ended up coming back and being like, "Guys, I want to do this kind of music again." And like I feel like we were all playing like jug band, classic traditional jazz tunes and stuff, but then it was just scarier, so it was like more fun. And I'm like, I really like this like spooky vibe with the old timey vibe. And so
It
I
is
came back, and then we actually started grinding on it and working toward it, and then that's how it started blowing up. Effort.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it is definitely a unique combination. In the what do you call them? The chanties, the pirate chanties that you guys
Sea
do,
shanties.
Yeah.
chanties, whatever. But they're pretty cool too. So how who does a lot of the songwriting for the centers? I know for you personally, probably in your group for King Strang and the Stranglers, you probably do most of the songwriting. But how much of a collaborative effort is it with Bridge City as far as getting the songs written?
Well, lately we've been trying to get more collaborative. Like we're trying to write a new album right now and trying to leave more space for other people to like add their take on things and like twist things and make it more cohesive, I guess. But
Hmm.
traditionally, like it'd be Libby would write a song or I would write a song, and then we'd bring it to the table, and then everybody would kind of just learn the song. So
Right.
it was at first. At first, Libby had two original songs that she wrote when she was 19, and so those were the first ones on the EP. I think we had two on there, and then Here's to the Devil is probably like 50-50. It's kind of like 50-50. Clyde helps her write songs a lot of the times too, with like chord progressions and stuff and like adding different elements. So her and Clyde write together sometimes. I kind of write by myself. So I got, I don't know, a couple songs on there that are mine. Luke did Departed on the most recent album. So that's usually people bring songs to the table and everybody just kind of learns them.
Gotcha.
As far as when you're writing your own songs, what is your writing process like?
Oh, dude, that shit is flying by in the wind. You got to jump out and catch it. I never like sit down and think I'm gonna write a song today. You just like hear
Right.
something, you're like, "This is it. Sit down, write it." Or
So
like
you probably
usually,
always carry a notebook around with you all the fucking time.
I only write songs on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Either way.
that old timey. Yeah. But yeah, my voice memos are full of just like, oh, I got something, and you sing it into your phone, or like, yeah, I got this song, or like I'll be writing it in my notes because it'll be late at night and I'm not trying to wake anyone up, and I'll like type out all these lyrics, and I have one that's like, it sounds kind of like Honey in the Hair, but a different chord progression. I think this is a chord progression, but I don't know because I don't have a guitar.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
When it comes, you got to catch it.
You got to catch it. This is a musician question. A lot of times, do you ever come up with melodies or tunes in your head and then put lyrics around them? Do you like feel
Solid question.
music? I don't know how I'm trying to ask this. Do you ever feel the music before you have a lyric? Does that make sense?
Yeah, always. I'm terrible at lyrics. I hate writing words. Like if I didn't have to, I wouldn't.
That's how I
that's
feel
about
about it.
it.
I'm like, I don't really have words all the time. I
Yeah.
have I can make a painting about it, but don't ask me to write words with it because it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm a terrible lyricist. Like all the King Strang songs are just about nothing, or like all the Sinner songs I read are just about like monsters and stuff. Like none of them have any depth whatsoever. I'm not
They're
a
catchy and
very
fun, though.
profound guy. Yeah. Well, that's why I like music, is because it's supposed to like be having a good
Yeah.
time. I'm not trying to preach to anybody. I don't have anything to say.
Right,
Yeah, well,
exactly.
yeah,
As long as
yeah.
people feel the music and makes them happy, you know.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
you're
just here to have
you're
a good
talking
time. I'm
about
not trying to change anyone's mind.
yeah, you're talking about monster songs. How much did you contribute to the Legend of Olag High? I've got the
Oh
album
yeah,
here.
both of those are
Uh,
my songs. Yeah,
they're great, man.
Sweet.
They're
thank you.
awesome.
Yeah,
And I love it's a part one and a part two. And
yeah. Well, you can hear in the call and response, it's like the same, and the two-parter bit, it's the same as like Siren Song and Virgin Sacrifice. I
yeah.
wrote both those songs too, so you can like kind of hear which ones I wrote and which ones everyone else wrote.
Well, don't sell
And
yourself short. They're amazing. The Siren Song is probably one of my favorites out of all that I've listened to. That was the first one that drugged me into Bridge City. Like I said, it just popped up on my YouTube feed, and I clicked the button, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck is this? So it was,
definitely jarring if you haven't heard it before.
yeah. Well, I
It's a whole lot of
haven't.
what the hell.
No, it was a good what the hell. It was a
You
good
should
what the
read the
hell.
comments. It gets pretty funny.
Well, I haven't gone through the comments, so I'll check that out.
Most people like it, but some people get really mad.
What is one of your favorite like negative comments like anybody's ever written on any of your songs?
I think my favorite one is just when people get annoyed about the like satanic stuff. They're like, "This is so played out. This gimmick is over. Why are you guys even blah, blah, blah?" And you're like, "Why do you care so much, dude?
Why are you bothered?
You care enough to comment about it and to go on the
Oh,
diatribe
actually,
about it.
my favorite one, I think, was that somebody commented and said that Libby's voice sounds like Adam Sandler.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
You listen close; it's in there.
Damn.
See, I'm not gonna be able to.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna be able to unhear that now. Dooby 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 doo.
Yeah, just imagine Adam Sandler singing Betty Boop songs, and then there you go.
Oh God, that's
I actually had all of the Adam Sandler CDs. I don't know. I was a huge fan. I don't know.
I like The Wedding Singer. There was great songs on there.
yeah.
Every time, such a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Yeah. Sorry. Random.
It is a good movie. So this is a horror podcast, so we do talk horror on here quite a bit. Are you a horror fan at all? Do you watch any horror films?
Oh
do you
yeah,
have any
big
horror
fan.
influences.
My
What's your-
favorite era is like mid 2000s. Like terrible horror movies are my favorite ones because I grew up in the middle of nowhere. So the only place to like rent movies was the gas station that didn't sell gas, like on the other side of the highway. And this dude, like, it was just one guy. He owned the whole place, and so he would just go to town, which was like, an hour and a half, 2 hours away, and would just like pick out all the cheapest DVDs he could find, and then would rent them out of his gas station. So like we just watched like all the worst horror movies made in the early 2000s, and
There
so
was
like
some
we're just stuck
great
on that.
bangers in there too.
Dude, yeah, come on. So like the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so good.
Ooh,
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
House
like
of
that
Wax with Paris Hilton. Like,
Oh
it
yeah,
just
yeah.
doesn't
You
get better than
know,
that.
I still like that movie, and someone judged the shit out of me for it the other day. I was like, you know what? This was amazing when I was a kid. Like, this was fucking
Dude,
awesome.
the creative ways they thought of people to die in the mid 2000s, late 2000s, it's just crazy.
I just really love that part when they like pulled his face and he was real. I was like, yes,
Yeah, right.
awesome, awesome.
Dude, my favorite part was her dying with that giant pole through the dome.
I forgot
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, he
So
said
yeah, I'm definitely a horror fan.
the remake of Texas Chainsaw. You talking about the one with Jessica Biel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that movie. And the sequel to it, which was a prequel. It was a sequel that was a prequel.
Yeah, I think I watched that one, but like only 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
Do you ever get to go to any of the horror conventions?
I didn't know there were horror conventions.
There's a ton of horror
Yeah,
conventions.
there's a lot of them. If you're ever in Atlanta, they have them in February. It's the Days of the Dead convention, and it's not like
Dude, Bridge
it's
City
not a big
would kill it
convention.
there.
It's manageable as far as people, but like you get to meet Doug Bradley. Tom Savini was there this year. They had the one guy that was left from the Creature of the Black Lagoon. They had, I mean, they have all kinds of people. You can take pictures with them. The Terrifier's normally there. They're just really cool because it's the metal community. It's all of the people who are involved in like the busking community as far as with Bridge City Sinners, Coulter Wall, who else
Well,
am I
Elena, I'm
thinking?
thinking
Casper Allen.
they would kill it there, right? If
Oh,
they had a
Casper
table
Allen.
Fuck
full of
yeah.
these
That's my
freaking
Casper Allen
CDs,
shirt.
Oh,
freaking
nice.
signing these things, yeah, you
Yeah, those
sell
people a lot of people money. Tell you what.
Yeah.
you sell a shit ton of stuff. No, that's a good crowd. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to go to a horror convention or even go and participate with yourself or with the group,
Mhm.
it's worthwhile. It's horror
Probably
fans
get
are
you
a
guys in as
different
far
breed.
as music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think somebody asked us to play one time, but I don't remember.
It's definitely worth it.
Didn't fit in the schedule or something.
And plus, they
Yeah.
have a booth with all of those cheese ass horror movies that you can't find fucking anywhere, and you can just.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, whole booth of DVDs full of like all kinds of random shit. It's awesome.
got a
Nice.
shit ton of indie filmmakers too who are trying to get their movies, on the map, and a lot
Oh,
of them
yeah,
are,
yeah.
yeah. So you get to see some diamonds in the rough too. They'll do screenings and they'll sell you their burned DVD, which is awesome. I love buying burned DVDs. I think that's cool.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
hell yeah. So yeah, you guys should definitely check that out at some point. But yeah, it's
Burn DVDs for movies. That's a good one. It takes me back to the good old days when I wasn't so lazy and had more time and would make my own CDs.
well. I was going to say that I saw, like I said, I've done some research on you. I watched some of your performances. You were at a local news station,
Oh,
and
God.
you
That was a
did the
rough
the one man band thing. I forget
Yeah, it's been a while. That was very early in the one man band thing. I wasn't very good at the kick drum.
dude. You sounded great to me. I was like, oh man, this guy can
How
do
long did
anything.
that take to master? The kick
I
drum?
mean, you watched it, that one video.
Oh, I don't think she's seen it. I saw it.
Clyde's way
Elena-
better at it than I am. He can do like all kinds of stuff, and like Aiden from Holy Locust is way better at it than me. I just do Running Man, the whole time. So I don't know. I definitely have not mastered it yet, even.
Oh man. Well, you impressed the young lady that was there, the news lady. I don't know what her name is.
I think it's her job to act impressed.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
I also got sold a raw deal, dude. It was supposed to be tonight with Cassidy, but Cassidy was at the Best of Portland, so I got the other very nice lady. But my plan, I love being on live TV because you can do whatever you want.
He corrected himself so fast. The other nice lady. Go ahead.
She was still very nice. She was still very nice.
Yeah.
But I love live TV because you can do whatever you want, and they just have to roll with it, right?
Yeah.
So, like on that one, I said like my influence was "Wagon Wheel" by Darius Rucker because that's hilarious,
Oh
And
no,
then
you
she
didn't.
took me
That's the
totally
worst
seriously.
version of it,
And I'm
man.
like,
She's
yeah,
like-
I love
she's
Darius Rucker. Beers
I like
and
Darius Rucker.
sunshine. Darius
She's
Rucker
like,
rules.
you like country music? He was like, yeah, I like country
I
music.
still miss him when he was still Hootie, though. I miss Hootie.
I take Darius Rucker over Hootie any day. I love.
I know they still had some good albums though, but yeah.
But I was gonna
damn.
ask. I was gonna ask Cassidy if she wanted to go with me to my show, and then be like, I'll pick you up at 8. So then it wasn't her. There was
Oh
one
yeah,
time
Damn.
yeah.
we did my buddy Terry has a TV show in Park City. God, I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. Park City something. Mountain something. I don't remember.
Sounds
Something.
But me
good.
and Luke were on there doing like a thing. It's on YouTube somewhere. It just got lost in the algorithms or whatever. But that scene in Wayne's World when they're talking to Chris Farley and
Yeah.
he's telling him where he's going on tour and he's all doing this thing,
Yeah, yeah.
with his
Go
hands like
here. Around there.
yeah, and swooping up, right? So we planned to do this ahead of time because we were on tour and we knew he was going to ask us where we're going, right? So like we're talking to him and he's like, "Where have you guys been on your tour so far?" And we're just like, "Oh, we went like up through Washington, through Boise, or down in Utah." And he's like, "Cool, we're gonna take a quick break and here's some more music." And he'd come back from the break and he's like, "Where are you going next?" And we start doing a little choreographed dance and he doesn't know what to do, so he just starts doing it with us. Yo,
Oh
if you're ever on
man.
live TV, you got to make sure you have a plan to like mess with people's heads because they can't stop you.
We had this is when I was still going to church like a lot. I was in a youth group and they had a youth group takeover and they were filming it. And they had me on the mic, which I am the worst public speaker in the history of public speakers. And I don't remember what it was for, but they had an award for somebody, and I pulled an Austin Powers. I was like, stand up and take a bow. Everybody
Nice.
in church like busted the hell out laughing, and my mom was like, really? You chose to do that on the fucking stage at fucking church? Really? Really? She was so pissed at me. I was like, I'm sorry.
You gotta shake people up a little bit.
I was like, Ma, really? You really thought I was gonna be normal on stage? Wow, thanks.
Elena's never normal. That's not in her vocabulary.
No. Normal's boring as fuck.
That's right. That's right. Well, that is awesome. So you say you're working on a new album? Can you tell us a little bit about it? What's going into it?
Well, the original idea is like so. Unholy Hymns had like book 1 and book 2, so we're gonna kind of continue that idea with 2 more books
Mhm.
on the next one, and we're really just in like the what do you call it, like the brainstorming phase. Like we got like
You're
a
in the,
couple of melodies and some lyrics and some songs
you're in the
written up, but
infancy stage. You're in the
yeah,
baby
yeah. But
stage.
we kind
Yeah.
of like I said last time before, like me or Libby and Clyde would bring a song or Luke would bring a song and then everybody would just kind of learn it. So this time we're kind of trying to take it a little slower and like make an album that sounds a little more cohesive, So like make sure that everybody's input's in there and that like if there's any ideas you have about a song, kill your darlings, and like if someone else has a better idea, you start switching stuff up, cut and paste and that kind of thing. So we like got together for a couple weeks and like kind of showed everybody the tunes we got so far. We got like a little Google Drive with like my iPhone recordings wasted at like 2 a.m. with Luke. we got this one. We got this one. It's gonna be great. It goes like this, and he starts playing. Oh shit, that's the wrong song. Never mind. So that's about how far we are in that.
Oh man! Well, I was watching one of those punk with a camera videos, and I like hearing the little trail at the end when you guys are still talking. Those are cool because one of them, Elena, you got to watch them. They're like, man, we were only on 1% battery on this. I'm glad we got it. It was.
I think there's one song I was listening to, and it's like, shit, fuck, I can't do it if it's something I never played before. I love that one. What song is that one? I can't remember now. It's on, damn.
Oh yeah, that's on the Second Coming. I don't remember. I played that song one time in my life.
It was so funny. It was like, shit, I don't remember, man.
Yeah.
Never played it
He's like,
before.
well, because Jesse from Low Shelf Recording, he was the
Yeah.
one. I recorded that there. He used to be the guitar player and like the bearded guy in all the other Sinners videos. He does like a
Right.
recording now, but he was in the talkback mic and he's like, "How can you not remember the words to your own songs?" And I'm literally reading the words off of my phone, and I'm like, "Dude, I can't forget the words I never learned. I don't know what they are." And then I don't think I've ever played that song again.
Oh wow, that's funny.
As
What
far
are
as
some?
string
Go ahead.
instruments, is the guitar your favorite? The banjo? Do you have like a favorite? I know it's hard to pick.
I think guitar is my favorite just because it's the most versatile. I mean, it's
Yeah.
got the low range that none of the other ones have except for bass, and you can play
Mhm.
chords on it, which you can't do on bass. I only played banjo for a little bit. I felt it kind of quiet for busking. It's like kind of quiet, so I
Yeah.
just never had a good And then like people do play like plectrum banjo or tenor banjo. I just like kind of gave up and was like, whatever, I'll just play guitar now.
Yeah.
It's not that impressive to play banjo. And like in our crew, it's just super annoying. Everybody's like, there's a joke that there's a joke that goes I left my banjo in my car overnight and somebody broke into my car and then all of a sudden there's 2 more banjos in there. It's horrible.
Solid. Because no one
Everybody
steals
hates the banjo. I think the only instrument that's more hated than the banjo is the accordion.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's a rough one. That is a rough one. It happened at Dragon Con. It's like 2 a.m. and I was like, if this fucker doesn't stop playing this accordion, I'm gonna lose my mind. And I'm drunk. I was like, I'm too drunk for this.
If I gotta hear one more fucking banjo.
Dad, don't listen to this podcast.
Banjos are cool. Banjos are totally cool.
Awesome. Yeah, they're amazing.
It's just, I mean, we're like in folk punk and stuff, so it's a little overdone to a certain extent, you know.
Right.
Not always.
There's a lot of banjos now.
Exactly. There's a lot of banjos.
Yeah. I was like,
well, we've had a few musicians on our podcast already, and one thing I like to know is, do you have any cool stories from and you don't have to go on an hour diatribe or anything, but do you have any cool stories from being on tour? I mean, I'm sure some pretty funny stuff has happened since you've hit the road a few times.
God, I don't even know. I guess the one that comes to mind most recently, not that it happened recently, it was a long time ago. I just told the story recently. But my buddies Tejo and Street Corner Thieves, I was playing bass with them and we were on tour with them. And I don't remember what happened. Sean did something to Connor, and Connor was trying to get back at him. So he pranked him by putting an ad on Craigslist in like outside of Dallas or in rural Texas somewhere for a free mechanical bull, and then put Sean's phone number as the contact.
Dude, I've done that to somebody. It's the best prank in the entire world.
Good.
The best fucking
his
prank.
His phone wouldn't stop ringing. And like the voicemails you get from people in Texas who want a free mechanical bull, dude, out of this world.
Dude, like my friend did it to me. And I was at school. I was taking an exam in college, right?
Oh, no.
I couldn't fucking get my phone to shut off because he put a free RV. My son was in jail, and it's first come, first serve, bro. He put that shit up for an hour and didn't take it down. My phone, I couldn't. There was not enough time to even shut it off. I was like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. But the voicemails were terrible. Hey, where can I get your camper at? I need it, and I'm like,
I got Luke one time at the beginning of the pandemic with like with toilet paper. I said that was somebody who worked at a toilet paper distribution center and that they were hoarding all the toilet paper, and I was gonna give it away for free and like posted a photo of a warehouse full of toilet paper. Oh, dude, people were desperate. Apparently, he got some really sad voicemails from that one.
People lost their fucking minds over that toilet paper. I still can't get over that shit. That was.
They have ridiculous. A service online, if you didn't know, and it does work. If you want to send an alarm certain times of the night to someone's phone number, they will call it, and they will not stop calling it till that person wakes up. It is verified. I tried it. It's a great prank as well. I should try that one out too.
I like that.
Try that one out too. It's awesome.
That's a good one. That's a mean one right there.
Yeah, I was like, here's a 115, 130.
Screw that, Elena. You got my phone number. Screw that.
Listen, have I pranked you yet?
No, I don't want to.
The prank game got banned in my house.
Oh, did it?
We got my mom a few times in it, and then after that, it got banned. It got banned. There was stink bombs in the house, and they were like underneath the toilet seat, and for about 3 days. It was disgusting. She goes, "It smells like someone shit in my fucking house. You guys are assholes. I hate all of you. Stop with the fucking pranks." Yeah, we got banned.
Yeah, we're either pretty tame on tour, or if it was a good story, I don't want my mom to hear it.
Well, that's after the
Sorry,
podcast.
Mom.
We save those for after the podcast. We've got our best stories after the show's over.
Every time.
Oh, man. So, all right. We asked about movies, and you've talked about music. Do you read any? Do you have any authors you like to read? Or, some people are more visual, but a few of the musicians we have had on are avid readers. And They kind of just want to pick your brain to see if you pick up a book from time to time.
Never.
Never.
No.
He writes them all day in his head.
Well, that's true. That's
Lyrics, like why would you?
Lazy.
Yeah.
Wait,
No,
reading is work.
don't call him lazy. Don't call him lazy. That's an inside joke. He's got a song. Don't call me lazy.
I need more stimulation. Books are boring.
Yeah.
Even if I have a movie on, I'm still like on my phone or like I'm like the radio's on in the background all the time. Like there's always like I need cacophony.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't like complete silence all the time either. Complete silence makes me really nervous. I
Yeah.
don't know why. It always has.
I'm an outside talking to people kind of person. I don't even watch that much TV really.
Yeah.
Well,
I do
We're
sit on
gonna
my
take-
phone a ton though. Video games, yes.
What's your favorite video game?
I just got Stardew Valley on my phone, which is pretty sick. And then I play like way too much Fortnite for an adult. Like before I got Stardew Valley, I literally was on Pokemon Go, TikTok, and Fortnite. Basically, if I was on a screen, and I'm like, dude, I'm literally 12 years old.
TikTok makes me feel like I'm 12 again. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, right.
You don't mean
Well,
to, and it's just like, flip.
Yeah, you don't want to look at my screen time. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, see, I'm the old guy on here, so I don't really do TikTok. Elena's amazing at it, so she's got all kinds of.
Listen,
cool.
that took time though. Buttons are hot. There's a lot of freaking buttons on there.
That's a really confusing app. It took me like 3 months to even figure out how to use it.
And like, I only got on there because of my art and stuff. And I was like, man, the shit I have to do just to have my shit looked at, like, it makes me annoyed.
I don't even
but
post
yeah, it
music
took
on TikTok.
so long.
I feel like there's no point in trying to do anything like what's the word I'm looking for? Genuine on there. You just do dumb shit.
Yeah, no, that one's just for the
Just do
dumb.
more
like,
dumb
quick.
trends. Yeah.
It's just quick information. That's all it is. It's just
Well,
like
with
ADD
Elena,
information at one.
She's an
moment.
amazing special effects makeup artist, so she'll do the thing where you see her
The
in
time
normal
lapse or
garb,
whatever.
yeah, and then she pops on and she's a freaking vampire or something.
Oh
So
yeah,
that
the
stuff is really
transitions.
cool. Yeah, the transitions are awesome. So I don't know how she does that shit, but I love watching them. She does such a good job.
It's okay.
And-
Dustin's friend called him one day, and I did it was a reverse transition, so I had it taken off, and it just went back on. He was like, "How did she put on makeup with a wipe?" And he was like, "Bitch, that's in reverse. Why are you so retarded?" He was like, "I realized it was reverse," and he was like, "I was about to have a talk with her. How's she doing magic?" It was so funny.
If only it was that fast, right?
I wish. I was like, that took 4.5 hours, but I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, for a 30-second clip. Is that what it is?
I was like, I just took one of my ADD drawings from my sketchbook and put it on my entire body. Yeah, no, that took a long time.
Nice. So, tell us how and I've heard on a couple of YouTube videos, you guys are literally, as far as the centers go, and I think your solo stuff, you guys are literally shipped from a basement. That is so cool to me. So, where can people find your stuff and Bridge City stuff, and kind of plug yourself a little bit? Tell us where we can find your stuff and pay for it. I know you offer your stuff for free, but we want people to pay for it because he's an awesome musician. So
at 147 Gleason Street, Portland, Oregon, Scott's basement. It's all down there. But flowrecords.com is where all of our merch is shipped out of. But yeah, it's literally Scott and like a couple of homies. It used to be just Scott and his sibling Liz, and they'd print like the T-shirts and he'd ship them out. But then the organization got a little bigger, so now there's a few more people on the team now. But it's still like 4 people in Scott's basement, like straight up basement.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man,
where he lives.
The prices on your stuff is really, really, really good. I mean, like this LP was like $24.
Is that good or bad? I don't buy vinyl.
That's real.
Vinyls are like, it depends on the vinyl, but typically a newer vinyl is like $35.
Freak. This is high quality.
If you're buying like Led Zeppelin remastered, yeah, it's like $35, $45.
Well, no, these are good prices, and the
Crazy.
quality, man, the quality of the packaging. I mean, this is a very nice gatefold packaging. It's just a nice record,
But for you guys like Lost Dog Street Band and a couple others, $25 is normally the cost too.
Mm-hmm.
at that. Oh, that's that clear.
That looks sick.
It is
I don't even
sick.
think I've seen that color in real life before.
Dude, you need to get to your friend's basement and look at this shit.
He's got them all somewhere.
Is
I don't
that
know.
yellow or gold? I can't really tell on your screen.
It's like a gold.
It's like
Looks like
it's like a milky
Goldenschlager.
gold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it,
Like-
kind of.
it is
Like
just cool.
Goldenschlager, but like vinyl.
It is so cool, and the sound. It sounds really good too. So,
I
you
genuinely
guys,
don't think I've heard one.
You don't have.
Seriously?
You don't like. Do you like vinyl or prefer?
I'm not
play it
really into
yourself,
vinyl.
so-
It's very heavy, and I move too much, so
Yeah.
I don't really want to carry it around with me all the time. But like, it's cool. I got a couple. I got like a little suitcase
Player.
like record player that sounds like
Yeah.
shit that my wife stole from Target. But
hey,
oh yeah,
Solid.
maybe yeah. Don't
Little
say her name.
Victrola.
Yeah,
I know nothing.
the Crossleys. Yeah,
oh,
But,
yeah.
yeah. I like vinyl, but I don't want to listen to my own stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
You
I
don't
don't
listen-
need to hear that back. I heard it plenty of times
Oh,
in the
you heard it
studio
plenty of
listening
times.
to
Well, you've got people
another
that
mix,
do.
another mix, final mix, version 4.
Well, that's a good question. That is a very good question that just popped in that I should have asked other musicians. When you're on tour, and you just give me an honest answer. Do you ever get sick of playing the same songs over and over again? I never get sick of listening to them. I think they're great. But if a musician plays the same song night after night after night, do they ever think, oh man, I got to play this shit again?
I think the funny one is like your most popular songs are always the ones you hate the most. I feel like that goes without saying for every band ever, but
It's
like,
true with art too.
yeah,
Everything
and
that I've
like,
ever fucking despised. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! I hate it. Thank you."
yeah, we did like this other, or no, this like album review group in Norway, I think, did an album review of our album, right? And there's like one song on there, The Fear, that I'm just like I wrote it, but like I absolutely despise how it turned out. I'm like, this did not work at all. I thought I had an idea. I didn't really fully realize the entire idea. And then by the time it came out, I'm just like, this is fucking horrible. And like, they're going through like people's favorite songs. And the first one is that song. And I'm just like, no. And like, we'll never play that song live ever. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sick of playing the same song. I fucking hate playing Witch's Wrath. That song is so long and so boring. It like never ends. It's like, how many violin solos do you need in one song? But I didn't write it. That song was before I came back.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I hate
That's
that
awesome.
song. But yeah, I don't know. The rest of them I kind of like playing. There's some fun ones.
Oh yeah, well, I like listening to all of them. I haven't really not liked anything I've heard that's come from you or the bands you've been in. So you definitely got a supporter and fan in me, and it just came from a YouTube video. Said click me, and I did. So you guys are awesome.
Nice. Thank you, man.
Oh, man.
I ask if it's not too last minute if we can convince you to play a song.
Oh, no, I ain't doing that. No way.
All right, all right,
I'm
all right.
nervous. It'll be there forever. Busking's easy. As soon as they walk away, it's over, dude. I'm not mentally prepared.
He's not mentally
Yeah, I know.
prepared. He's not mentally prepared. Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe
get
next
him in.
time.
Maybe get him on there with what's that other guy's name that plays the violin with you?
Luke?
Luke. Maybe you get Luke on there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you two seem to be a good team. I've seen a couple things on YouTube. You two teaming up.
Yeah, we
But,
work well together.
Yeah.
He's kind of square. All he does is smoke weed. He doesn't like to party like I do. Until you get him on an off night. Sometimes he'll while out.
Yeah.
I won't go into detail, because I'm sure he doesn't want it blasted all over the internet. But he got nicknamed Lightning Puke for a week as well.
We have one friend, which I will not name, but he's called the Hurricane when he is a mighty drunk man. So
Oh yes.
the Hurricane.
Yes.
The Hurricane comes out.
Yeah,
He's our favorite, but he will go unnamed in this podcast.
yeah. Right. No, I'm a good drinker. I don't have an alternate personality.
The only thing that makes me feel weird is whiskey. That one I'm just like an asshole. But, and then me and tequila were friends until we weren't. So
Yeah. Oh, you guys know Asa Martin? There's a good song about friends of tequila.
Mm-mm.
He's a smaller, it's like singer-songwriter. He kind of
What was his name?
Asa Martin. He's got a song called "I Need a Friend Like Tequila." It's It's a really good
I'll be
song.
adding that.
I'll check
You
it
gotta
out.
listen to the live version though; it's better than the recorded version.
Is it on YouTube?
It's on Spotify. It's probably on YouTube
Okay.
too. I don't know. I never looked.
All right.
I feel like the YouTube algorithms got all messed up because they like changed it so people wouldn't get radicalized, like far right radicalization. They had to change the YouTube algorithm, but now
Right.
like you can't find more and more obscure music anymore because that was like the problem was like you'd find more and more and more extreme viewpoints, you know. And
Yeah.
so like it's the same algorithm that would let you find more like niche and smaller music that is now gone.
Right. Well, I love niche and smaller music. I love a lot of independent artists. I listen to lots and lots of music. So I'm so happy I stumbled upon the Bridge City Sinners and King Strang. I didn't know that Elena was already familiar. So I
Oh,
wish she'd have
nice.
He
slapped
was
me
so
over
funny.
the
He was
head.
like, I found this band. And I was like, dude, you are missing out on all kinds of stuff right now. Like, what do you mean you don't know this band?
Have you guys heard Holy Locust yet?
Yes.
Holy Locust is the fuck, dude. They're gonna pass us soon. Like we're gonna go on tour with them in like August or not August, October, November, or something like that. Again, we've already done a few tours with them, but we're like we got to bring these guys with us because like as soon as people hear them, it's just like straight to the top, man. They need more
Nice.
people to listen to them. They're like one of my favorite bands that are like active right now.
Well, cool.
They,
I'll
they
definitely
have some,
check
they
them
had
out.
some cool stuff. I
They're
haven't
actually on
listened to
tour right
everything
now.
yet, but a couple.
They're on
When's
tour
it-
now.
Yeah, when's this come out?
Well,
Oh, this
one will.
podcast, this
Yeah,
episode?
Yeah.
yeah, this will probably come out in early August.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
the first
okay.
week. Yeah.
But
What are we doing in early August? Oh yeah, we'll be in Europe, and then
okay,
like so you can see the Sinners in Europe when this comes out, and then we're doing
Hell
Psycho
yeah.
Fest in Vegas and Punk and Drublick in Denver.
nice.
Well, next time you're in Atlanta, we have to. I'll have to have Charles drive here and be like,
We'll
"Come
probably
on
be back in
down."
Atlanta in October or November.
This year?
Oh no, not
Yeah.
October. October's haunt season. Fuck.
He said November. He said maybe November.
I'll miss out some sleep. It's fine. No
I'm
problem.
not really sure what the schedule looks like. We still haven't
Yeah,
really
man.
decided on
Well,
the route
see,
yet.
yeah, I live about 2.5 hours from Atlanta, so it's nothing to drive there for me.
Yeah, we'll be in the general region. We're doing like the southeast and the northeast and like eastern Canada, I think.
Yeah,
So
so I
awesome.
can hit Atlanta or I could hit Charlotte. That's the same driving distance. Charlotte, North Carolina. If you guys ever go
Okay.
there, I don't know if you hit
We can
them.
either go to
What's
Tennessee or
Tommy's
Atlanta.
Pub? Tommy's
Yeah.
Pub in Charlotte. It's a
Yeah.
good spot. What up, Jamie? And we always play the Earl in Atlanta.
And there's a
Earl is super nice.
Yeah, that's the place we always
I
play.
just went for the first time. I want to say it was in December. It was really nice.
well, if
There's
you,
a super funny story from the Earl. Here's a tour story for you.
all right, cool.
So it was me, Clyde, and Luke were opening as like Clyde and the Mill Tailors, right? And then it was the Bridge City Sinners and Days, right? So it's like after the show's over, we're all sitting up in the front because it's like the front bar is one thing and then the venue's the other half, right? So we were
Right.
sitting in the front part, like getting some food after the show, and this dude comes up to us and is like, "Hey man, you guys are fucking awesome, dude. I love the show so much. That first band sucked though."
Oh my
Me,
god!
Clyde, and Luke that were the first man. That was so good. You're like, did you even see him? Because you're literally shaking our hand right now.
That's
That's
awesome.
classic
Hell
Atlanta
yeah.
story right there.
Nice. Well, if you ever
Done that.
come through
I haven't
Columbia,
done
South
that, but-
Carolina, there's a place called New Brooklyn Tavern that has a lot of acts come through. So
Where's that at?
it's in Columbia, South Carolina. It's called the New
I like Columbia.
Yeah, it's called the New Brooklyn Tavern. So they have a lot of musical acts that come through. It's not a huge venue, but it's perfect for It's perfect for listening to music. I've been there a few times. So
You know what the cap is?
Oh,
150.
geez. Yeah, it might be about 250.
All right.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know right off the top of my head. I could go look it up, but it's not super big. I can tell you that.
That's right about Center's area, especially that side. It's like 250, 300.
Yeah. So check them out.
King Strang might be a little small, or it might be a little big. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, I don't have 300 people coming to see me. That's for sure.
Hey, we want to help change that. We certainly do
Yeah.
because you're a talented cat, man. All right. Well, we're coming up on almost the hour mark, and I know I've asked you to plug your stuff once already, but I'm going to give you time again. This is going to be your time. Say anything you want in the next couple minutes. Whatever you want to plug, whatever you want to tell people, let them know, and then we'll close out the podcast.
All right. You can find all our merch at florecords.com. Streaming on Spotify does pay my rent, so listen to us on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you listen to music. All that makes a difference. Throw us on playlists, that helps too. Yeah, I can't wait to see everybody on the road, because we'll be back out in the U.S. in October, November, and we're going to be in Europe when this comes out. So excited to see everybody.
Awesome.
And
All right.
maybe secret, there might be King Strang vinyl on the way.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, it's secret so far, but
Man,
I'll probably announce it by then. I don't know. It's like 9 months out.
I'll pre-order that in a heartbeat, dude.
Yes, I'll be buying that.
Oh, yeah. All right, Elena Morales, tell everyone where we can find your beautiful face.
I am JukeboxBaby78 on Instagram as well as on TikTok. You can see all my body painting stuff on there, haunt makeup, haunt creations, haunt weird stuff, me being weird, memes, fun stuff. If you would like to have any questions about makeup jobs or anything like that, I am on Facebook as Elena Marie. You can DM me on there. We also have a Facebook page for Horror 421, the podcast. Please interact with us. We want to hear from you. What do you want us to talk about? What movies? Things like that. But that is me.
And I am Charles Campbell. I'm a small town horror author. You can find my books at valleyboypublications.com. You can find me on Facebook under Charles Campbell Authors, same on Instagram. And like Elena said, we do have a Facebook page now. So go check us out at Horror 421, the podcast. Like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can find us on most podcast platforms and on YouTube. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. We want to thank Michael once again for being on the show. Thank you again, Michael.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
And that'll do it, man. That's it for another episode of Horror 421, the podcast. We will see you next time.
Bye,
Peace
y'all.
out.
We hope you had a horrific time, lovelies. Thank you for tuning in to Horror 421, the podcast. Be sure to like us on YouTube and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.